Welcome everybody. This is just a small addition which I'm attaching to yesterday. I was reminded that it's not totally obvious how the LP pooling works, and I apologize. It seemed obvious, but so apparently it's not, because I was talking to somebody in a bar, and they were staring at me like I'm totally from different planet. So I want to explain why, when I say there is a risk of impermanent loss and then there is a risk of something happening outside of the LP pools, why you may be left hanging with the unfavorable part of the pair in the pool. And I really don't know how simpler to explain it, but you remember from yesterday that there is a pool on Aerodrome which has a pair Moxie and ETH. And you remember there is a pair on Uniswap right now which has a Moxie. And now if anything bad happens in the world of Moxie, and that may be a number of things which I mentioned, from, a hack to basically people figuring out they don't want to be on Farcaster, something happening with Farcaster. Moxie is basically tied to Farcaster, so you're buying into the ecosystem. Totally random thing, which basically makes everybody believe that Moxie is not what they want to hold. What is going to happen in both pools? You remember you sort of, deposited a equal pair. So let's say this is ETH, let's say this is Moxie. Something wrong is happening with Moxie. It wasn't the balloons though. Something really wrong. Everybody will start to sell Moxie and they will want your ETH. Which means amount of Moxie in the pool is going to go up. Amount of ETH is going to go down. And so the pool will not be a balanced thing. Now, you probably know that in all dexes, basically AMMs, it works the way that doesn't matter how small or big the pool is and how big or small trade you want to do, there is equation or curve which makes it happen. Doesn't matter what, you just have to accept a little bit larger slippage and you will, be able to trade for the most part, and the price will just, change for you if you trade a lot compared to the pool. Anyway, so you may end up with a pool which has like almost everything in Moxie and almost nothing from ETH. In the world where something bad happened to Moxie, it also means you are holding an asset which has very little value, because the value of Moxie went proportionally down as people started selling. That's what's called impermanent loss, because, if next day people wake up and they discover it wasn't such a big deal, the pool may basically just return to the equilibrium. If you haven't exited the pool, the loss was impermanent, but most people will exit the pool because they will give in to their primal instincts and fear, and they will actually realize the loss. So from the impermanent loss, it will become a permanent loss. It may be permanent if people wake up next day and they still believe, it's a bad thing to be in Moxie. It might happen totally reverse. People may wake up one day and think, ETH is total garbage. We don't want any ETH. We want all Moxie. It would exactly look the same, just on the other side, because everybody would start to suck the Moxie out of your pool and they would deposit ETH because they would be trading Moxie for ETH. So you would be left hanging with almost zero Moxie, but a lot of ETH up here. And that ETH value would go directly against the amount of Moxie sitting in a pool. So this was the way which worked in a bar. I actually hope it works for you as well. If not, just let me know below the video. I'll try to explain it in some other way, or I'll find someone else's video with more sophisticated pictures and, drawings and whatever, and maybe it will be more obvious. But because there are two pairs, this seems as obvious to me as possible. But, I may be wrong. Give or take, I'm on holiday, so, what do I know? Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.